Hello friends, welcome to Mushkil Ashan. I am Joita Shaha, clinical psychologist. And today our topic is love in the times of corona. Yes, I can hear all of you having a lot to say in this regarding this topic. Often I have been asking my friends, the ones who are married, that how did your love do in these times? In the times of corona, what was the result of staying together for months without any break? So the first question they would ask me was, is this the clinical psychologist speaking? Are you doing a study on this? And I would say, no, this is not the clinical psychologist. As a human being, I want to know that staying 24/7 with your spouse, what kind of reactions did it bring in you? So most of them gave very positive feedback. And I was quite surprised because in the news, there has been a lot of things written regarding the demand for increase in divorce lawyers in China, and after the lockdown, how everybody flocked to the divorce lawyers for a divorce. So the picture has not been so dark in the cases of my friends at least, but yes, it's a mixed reaction because love, as we know, depends on three components. One is passion, one is intimacy, and the third one is commitment. So the dynamics of your relationship would depend on how much passion, intimacy, and commitment you have in the relationship than whether you are staying 24/7 together or you are staying miles apart, that is in a long distance relationship. So it is not the situation per se, but it is the strength in your relationship. Because in COVID times, even people who were geographically closer, staying quite near, even they were not allowed to go out of the house, and their relationships also became similar to that of a long distance relationship. Say one is living in the same city but in two different directions, and that's around 15 kilometers apart. So though they're geographically close, but the situation was as such that it could have been treated like a long distance relationship for at least 2.5 months when there was strict lockdown. So the feeling was always there in people who are not living together, who are not cohabiting or who are not married, that for them it was like, when will we meet next? That feeling was always there. And there are people who are living in different countries. They are separated by 9 time zones. I know a couple who are separated by 9 time zones. So how difficult it must have been in the lockdown to talk to each other. And I know quite a few couples who were supposed to get married this year, but they had to postpone their marriages, and due to that they were having problems in their relationships, and either both of them or one of them came for psychotherapy because they were having problems with the new norms and they were uncertain about the future, and the wedding had to be cancelled, the bookings had to be cancelled, there was a lot of finances involved, and then the reaction of the other partner and the reaction of their household, and making the person think that, is this relationship for me? Because during these times, everybody is under a lot of stress and reactions differ from people to each people. And due to this, they are not sure that, is this the same person whom I met and whom I wanted to marry? Because under stress, people tend to react a bit differently. and you are not aware of this phase of the person until and unless you see the person in stress and you understand what the person's coping strategies are. So if you are in a long distance relationship, how can you maintain your distance even while staying apart? Do things together. Yes, it's still possible thanks to technology. If you have the same hobby, you can pursue it together over video calls. You can cook the same dish together if the time zones permit, obviously. Say you're living in a time zone where it's early morning and for him it's late night. The same dish can't be which you eat for breakfast can't be the same dish which your partner eats for dinner. That is not very feasible. But if time zones permit, you're in the same country in different states, and of course you can wish eat that you were together having the meal, but till you're meeting again, you can cook the favorite item, both of you together, and sit together and eat while on the video call. You can share your experiences of reading a book, of watching a movie. You can tell your partner about which book you've been currently reading and why you liked it, and both of you can read the same material or watch the same web series or watch the same movie and have a discussion on it. You can send little surprise gifts. Yes, we know that we have to save money in this difficult time. In the pandemic, everything is a bit uncertain, so we can't splurge at this moment. But little mementos, something which is like very common and not very expensive, but it holds a lot of meaning. Say you can like buy the same sweatshirt, two of them, one you are using and the other you send to your partner. Or you can perfume he or she likes, you can buy that. Or a unisex fragrance, keep one for yourself and send one to your partner. These little sweet nothings make up a lot of meaning and would make your partner happy, and it would also make you happy too. So there are these kinds of things which you can always do, very easy things to do, which would, though being miles apart, you would feel that you're close to each other. To know more about relationships during COVID times, do watch our sessions every Saturday at 6 p.m. I'll be here next week discussing about relationships when you're living under the same roof. Do subscribe the channel and click on the bell button for notifications. Thank you for watching.